Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Mom Universe Garnet podcast. We haven't thought of a name yet. We probably should, but it's the thing. How are you? How are you guys doing? This is the first step. You guys can unmute yourselves now.
Great.
Cool.
That was fantastic.
That was great.
Hi.
That was great, Robbie.
Thanks.
Keeping this in.
All right. We just, like, introduce ourselves.
I don't know. Who wants to go first?
We'll Discord lists our names in alphabetical order, so let's just do that.
Okay.
All right, what's up? My name is Amethyst, and I'm one of the admins for Mom Universe Garnet.
Yeah, we all are.
Shut up. I also am recording and editing, and it's going on my YouTube channel, so shut the fuck up! First one, counter down!
Yeah, we need a cloud counter.
I'll work on it, yeah.
Okay, because this is not gonna go well.
In the chat, I'm gonna have the Peridot emote, so I'm just gonna click on that every time we need to censor
Yes,
ourselves.
please. Yes, please. Okay.
I'm time stamping these because
Okay.
listening back through this is gonna be a nightmare. I swear.
Oh, it's gonna be
Who the
terrible.
frick is calling me? I said frick. You don't need to censor that.
Alright. Alright.
All right.
I think
let's
Osri
turn,
goes
Garnet.
next if we're doing alphabetical. Yeah.
All right, is it my turn?
Yeah.
All right. Hi, I'm Garnet, Mom Universe Garnet. I am the original creator of the Mom Universe Garnet page. So all of you are here because of me. You're welcome.
Sounds
Thank
fair.
you. I love you.
Like, let's be honest.
Alright. Greg.
I'm Admin Greg, or as the other ones here call me, Gramps. And I'm on the Mom Universe page. I am the head admin of the Ryu the World Warrior page. I admin on Hierophant Meme. I also admin on the Smug Anime Girls Discord server, because shameless plug. And
Let's save those till the end, damn it. Okay, let's do the counter.
I mean, I already said I'm having a YouTube channel, so...
so,
Alright.
hello.
It's your turn, Ronaldo. I go last.
Oh yeah, yo, what's poppin', low gang? I'm
Card number 3.
favorite character, Ronaldo. So yeah. Alright.
All right,
Okay.
Rose.
Hi, I'm Admin Rose. I'm one of the newest admins. Actually, I think I am the newest admin. But
Yeah, you are.
On the page for, like,
Hi. I have social anxiety and depression. Hi.
I didn't think we were gonna make that on the first date, but sure, let's go for it.
Social anxiety.
But hi. This is really the only page I admin. I have a cosplay page, but I don't use it, so.
That's fair. You also have an art Instagram, too.
I do. I have an art
Which
Instagram.
I follow
and,
both,
like,
and I'm very proud.
Yeah, you
and
posted it in the group
thank
chat.
you, I love
never
you.
Followed you, and then
And
you
then-
never posted again.
Yeah.
yeah, basically. And then I have 3 Tumblrs, but I'm not gonna say them. Anyways, hi. Shameless
Alrighty.
plug.
So,
Alright, so
why
you
are we
wanna
here
do it or-
today, nerds? Why are we here?
Okay, so it's, the freaking Heart of the Crystal Gems aired, and everyone lost their minds. So,
Lost your mind.
I was crying all week.
Alright,
joke.
so...
So
I
Blue
cried
Diamond
all
got
the
to you,
time,
huh?
anyway. Yeah, so we're just gonna we're doing like a discussion podcast type of thing. Your classic. We're gonna sit here for like 3 hours and talk about each of the episodes and probably
Because-
more stuff
In
yeah,
depth.
that's how it works.
because we don't have jobs.
I have a job. I just don't have a job today.
Yeah, okay.
My job is stay at home, so ha, I win.
My job is work at Taco Bell and hate my life. So.
My job is
I
professional
knew I hate
shitposter.
my life without a job.
My job is professional crier, because I do that really well.
Nice. I love it. That should be your new name in the group chat.
You know what
Professional
they
crier.
say: if you're good at something,
Yeah, I'll do
don't
that
it for
next.
free.
I guess managing my job, professional cat wrangler in my house.
I love it. Alright, so...
All right, so let's just jump right into it.
Hold up. Do we know the name of the episodes? Because I don't.
Yeah, I do. I have the wiki open in case you
Great.
forget what the plot of the episode is. If you forget that Rose is pink diamond or anything, I got you.
Oh, by the way, yeah, hold on. Spoiler alert! In case you haven't seen Heart of the Crystal Gems or any of the other episodes.
Why
are you watching a discussion on Heart of the
about
Crystal
a week after they started airing? If you haven't seen it, like, why do you care?
If you're from Australia, this may be a shock to you, though.
Oh yeah, September's coming though.
Yeah, you guys don't see it
only
until
for
September,
Australia.
so beware.
No, we will get to Australia. Because that's some bullshit. Oh well, there's a quad counter.
Quad number 4, I think. Yes, quad number 4.
No, that was
It's
number
4
3.
or
That
5.
was number 3. I said frick a couple times.
I'm still counting it.
That's
You
mine.
frickin' fricks. I'm just gonna stop censoring myself after a while. Like I'm just gonna give up.
It will have a lot of
Don't even worry about
quads.
timestamping it. I'll just go back, and when I rewatch the video, I can go back and count it all later.
I'm not actually time stamping it. I'm just clicking on the dot emote in the chat. That's now.
All right, episode 1.
Yeah.
All right, episode 1 was what's the name? It's quad counter.
This is going down the shitter real quick.
This is gonna be
Quad counter. Do it again. And I gotta-
Quad counter. That's another Claude for the swear jar.
Swear to God.
I should have a honestly if
Alright,
I was streaming.
Now we're only falling apart. A reference to the song, you know. Once upon a time, I was falling apart. I'm only falling apart.
I don't want to
what
be
was it? It was,
copyrighted.
I don't want to get zucked.
Sucks.
Christ.
Yeah, so
Poor Greg.
Alright, so y'all know the plot of this. After learning that Rose is pink diamond, which okay. And yeah, Ruby goes off and cries like
Sapphire.
a baby.
Well, Sapphire
Ruby cries too, but Ruby kind of just takes it compared
Ruby
to
cries in a southern accent.
And then Sapphire gets triggered and runs away.
Sapphire
freaks out, runs away, and she's just, she's freaking out,
Yeah.
Understandably so. I freaked out. I threw things. I ran away.
Yeah, we were all.
Alright, so we all know
Yeah,
the plot
I too
of...
teleported myself to Green Browns.
Seriously.
Alright, so do we just want to go through the plot of the episode and talk about things as we go, or?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
that
that sounds fun.
All right,
Just kind of start to end type thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, so I guess we'll just start with the revelation, Rose's pink diamond. So I guess we'll start. What did you guys think about that? I know that was like 2 months ago, which we'll get to.
I just want to take a second to apologize to all of the theorists out there who we all made fun of.
Oh yeah, totally.
I just really want to take that second and apologize to all of you.
Because we
Hey,
honestly,
Okay.
I didn't think that something like that would happen, because it's like, oh, okay, they're obviously throwing that as a theory. They're obviously pointing at it. And I thought it was just like one of those things of like, oh, the Crewniverse knows what we're talking about, what we're posting, what things we're thinking of. And I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cute. And then it actually came out that Rose was pink diamond. And I wanted to throw my phone to Australia, honestly. I was
the thing
like,
was
They probably don't know yet.
the thing
sorry, Australia.
the thing with it, like the way they were building it up, especially during like the trial that Steven had, they made it seem like it was gonna be like Yellow Diamond. Like everyone was like, oh yeah, it was totally Yellow Diamond. She was covering it up
because that would have been a really predictable plot.
It would have been
been
predictable, but
interesting.
that's just how like Rebecca worked. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be Yellow Diamond. We're all gonna be shooketh. Blue's gonna have to fight Yellow Diamond, whatever. And then when it turns out to be Rose, then it's like, well, that fake theory kind of makes sense now,
Like,
because
everyone
thought it was a joke theory, so no one really looks into it. Once you start to look into it, it makes more sense.
I think like during the first couple seasons, I thought, maybe Rose is pink diamond. I heard the theory, thought, maybe that's gonna be a thing. But then more things started happening, and as the plot progressed, I thought, okay, the way things are going, it looks like they're gonna do something else. And then they went and did it, and I was like, Well, wait a minute. Didn't a bunch of stuff happen that would have made that kind of stupid? I don't know.
exactly.
We're not talking about this. I just think that this isn't like what the discussion is about. It's just, I think, important to.
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
part.
but-
It's a big part of
That's
just this whole like section that just came out.
Mhm.
Just all of the Heart of the Crystal Gems was about Rose.
Yeah.
And that made me happy because I think you can tell by my admin name, Rose is my favorite character. And it's now delved into Pink Diamond, who, when we first met her, I actually really didn't like her because she seemed like a spoiled baby.
How does that
But
I
she,
liked her
like-
because she was a spoiled baby. Because like the diamonds are
I
seen as
got,
like,
like-
legal and like high powers. And then
Yeah,
Pink-
like, I got Veruca Salt vibes, like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, Veruca
Yeah.
Salt.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's just
Oh.
like the classic, like, spoiled child. Yeah.
Yeah.
She fell down the egg thing. Never to be heard from again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the original. Willy
Yeah, the
Wonka.
original one.
Just want to let it sink in. That Willy Wonka has a body count.
God, Willy Wonka was a
Oh.
fucking psychopath. Anyway, all right,
He's got
moving
body
on.
count.
So
When
we
he gets
all
played by
have
Johnny
thoughts.
Depp. Anyway, no, we can. We'll save the ranting about the Tim Burton, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for another episode.
That's
because
a
Yeah.
different episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
we'll
make
do
that
an
fun.
entire podcast about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
It's gonna be
I'll
terrible.
put that in our
Um,
to-do list.
Oh, great.
Make an event about it on the page. It'll be great.
Yep. All right, so let's talk about the actual plot. So Sapphire runs away, and then Steven and Pearl follow her. Amethyst hangs out for some reason,
Because
and,
I'm a
then- and
lazy
Ruby cries.
person.
Ruby- 'cause it's Amethyst.
I feel so bad for Ruby at the beginning of this episode. 'Cause she just
Yeah.
like sits there and cries and like
Because
I
like
was
her
really
girlfriend,
shocked.
her girlfriend is like so upset. It's like
She
And
lost
like
her
low
other
key
half
broke up
in a
with
very
her,
literal sense.
basically.
yeah, like they've been together freaking over 5,000 years together, literally the same
Almost
person.
like
So, like,
6,000.
There was just an all of a sudden break where their emotions didn't
Yeah, and
connect.
yeah, and
She
it's
lost
It's kind
her
of
other
like
half in a
almost
very
an
literal
identity
sense.
crisis, I think.
oh yeah, no,
as
it was
well,
totally an identity
Because you're the
crisis.
same person for so long, and then you split. I think it's also like a huge identity crisis thing as well. Like she's
Yeah,
like,
which is why
where am I now?
that whole other episode happened, which we're not going to get into right now.
yeah, we'll get to that a
We're
little
gonna keep
later.
it in order. So so I guess we'll talk about things as they happen in the episode. So Sapphire so let's talk about we'll go through the entire plot and then
Yeah.
do anything we need to say. Well, the entire plot of each episode.
Yeah, so basically, like, Sapphire goes to Rose, like, Rose's garden, which was
The
wild.
fountain.
Yeah, the
we haven't seen
fountain.
that since season 1, have we?
Yeah, we
No.
haven't seen
Yeah.
it in a while.
And the whole thing's like iced over.
Yeah, she
That's a
goes to this
winter
fountain
wonderland.
because she's just so full of emotions, but at the same time, like, does she find comfort there? Like, is that why she went there? Or was it just, like, as a rebellious, hey, you lied to me type thing?
Well, I think it was kind of like Rose was the forefront of her mind, and everything about Rose and Pink Diamond was on the forefront. And I don't know how the warp pads work, but I guess like that's how that works. Is like she was
Yeah,
filled with
maybe
such emotion,
like it
she went
takes you
there.
where you're thinking.
Maybe,
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
maybe
know.
it takes you like where you're like thinking about. So maybe because she's thinking about Rose, she ended up being warped to Rose's fountain.
Yeah. And then she ends up, crying there, which I felt really bad about. But at the same time, like, I think they took this episode to kind of talk to us, like Rebecca directly. Like Pearl was Rebecca
Mhm.
and Sapphire was all of us. And it was just her explaining why.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, we'll get into
Exactly.
that. I
Kind
wanna
of
go
like with the Bloodstone episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
jeez.
Bloodstone episode.
That was something else.
Oh my god. We'll talk about that in a different episode.
Hi
okay?
guys, I'm the Ronaldo tag. Thanks.
All right.
So yeah, so Pearl starts telling Sapphire, and I guess also Steven, and obviously the audience as well, the story of how Pink Diamond was given the colony on Earth. She wanted to. Okay, it was Pearl's idea for Rose.
Yeah,
to
it was
go
all
down
Pearl's
to
idea.
Earth,
Oh, yeah.
So nice job,
Which is
Pearl.
really cool,
You just
actually.
you wanted your diamond to be so happy. You start a nice job. You start a war. Nice job.
You started a war.
Nice
When
job.
you're so much of a lesbian, you start a war for your big
Okay,
wife.
no, but this is something I want to talk about in this episode. Okay.
Wait, I just want to be specific. That was a joke. I'm not actually like.
Yeah, no, it wasn't
annoyed with
Pearl's
Pearl
fault.
or
But okay,
anything.
but like if you
We don't
think about
actually
it,
condone starting a war for the people you love.
Yeah,
Just
please
not
don't.
for
but like if you think about it,
Language of the boy.
Pearl and Garnet like are the reason that war happened. Like
Yeah.
if Pearl had never
Pearl explains
pushed her
this during the
diamond to go
episode.
see the Amethyst, she would have never seen what the world was like. And if Garnet had never literally fallen together and just happened and shown like Pink Diamond / Rose what it was like what gems can come to and like what they can feel, then maybe the war had never happened.
Yeah. And I think
And
that's
then
and then-
maybe
and
like,
then, like,
Earth
where would
wouldn't
we
have
be now?
existed.
Although you gotta love how we basically had Detroit become Pearl happen in that episode.
oh my god.
Oh
I
good
remember-
She's gonna
god!
push through those red
Yeah,
walls
that
and
game.
she's like, oh my god, I have emotions.
Yeah, it was
Oh
terrible.
god, here we go.
Everyone became a deviant. It was great.
I don't know anything
Connor
about that
showed up
game.
and was like,
aside
nope.
from, like, the
You don't know
first
anything about
trailer.
Detroit Become Human?
I only
don't.
know
I
that
I remember.
I
saw
only know
first
that Connor
trailer.
is Jack's baby boy. That's about it.
Connor
That's really all you know.
Connor is like Pink Diamond and Marcus is like Pearl, kind of, in a way.
I mean, I don't. All I saw was like the first
Pearl was an
trailer where like the
alcoholic.
robot chick has to like save the kid from getting killed by her dad.
It's
So like maybe Pearl
Her dad.
has to. Maybe I don't know. I'm trying not to say anything bad. Okay, I'm trying not to add to the Claude counter.
You have to
Oh,
watch
come
it
on.
because like there's parallels between Detroit Become Human and this Steven universe. Like
That's
area.
weird.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
haven't
Just-
honestly, if you haven't played Detroit Become Human, play it. If you can't play it, watch it. I recommend Jacksepticeye's
I think
videos
that's-
because
that's
they're
one of
they're
fun
my-
as
so
hell.
good. They're so good, and he gets
You're
into
watching all
every
the-
section of the game too, which is really good.
Yeah, he's even done
All right,
the bad
kiddos.
routes. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's get back
Yeah.
to topic because
Let's
I'm gonna
hop
have a
back
lot
on
to
the
edit.
topic train.
Yeah,
Choo
yeah.
choo.
So this
So-
is a train wreck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
You can't look away.
This is why I
Um,
said we needed a script, but nobody listens to me.
Well, I'm looking
Why would
at
you
the
wanna-
script,
why
the
would
like
you
the
wanna
episode notes that you put out, but I can't. It's hard to follow because there's just so many
I
points.
made my own notes.
I'm sorry,
Notes in my head.
that's me. That's my fault. Those are my notes.
All right, so yeah,
Alright.
so they, so Pearl's telling the story, and she explains that, oh well, Sapphire, it's okay because like you and Ruby and Garnet, you guys and your fusion, that's the reason why Rose decided to fight for gems and not just humans. She didn't only want human dick; she also wanted gem dick. However, that works.
Claude
Do we have to
counter.
put 2 Claude counters down?
Yeah.
For
I mean, we can just like bleep that entire part.
you? I swear to God.
Just a very
No,
loud
that is
But it
Claude.
makes
Greg
it makes
with his-
sense.
Just an extended Claude.
Here, for that one, I'll do the Greg emote, the Greg sweat one.
What I'll probably do is I'll do like
when there's
a
like
clip
a whole
of
when there's like a
of-
whole section that that we need to bleep out, just Greg.
Greg.
Literally anything else.
What I'll probably do
But yeah,
is
I
just like a long clip of Peridot saying "you Claude" to Yellow Diamond. That's what I'll do.
No, you gotta
think,
put
um,
it. You gotta
stretch
put
it
it.
out.
You gotta put it in the
Or just
episode.
cutting it out seems like a much better idea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
so
anyways,
Pearl
like,
and
I think it
Rose,
was
they try
just-
to let me. I'm going through the plot of the stupid episode. So Pearl and Rose, they try to fuse. They don't. I mean, it sucked because Pearl was even doing the Dragon Ball. Didn't work.
They almost
But
did
you know
though.
what?
Like
But then the story, it worked. It convinced Sapphire. Oh well, you know what? We all Gucci. So then, the 3 of them go back to the temple and they find Ruby's gone, but she left a note, and that's where the
and it's
episode ends.
terribly written.
No, right? No.
Wait,
Wait,
Ruby can't
well, that's the
spell.
next
Which was a very
episode.
funny detail.
Could you just imagine Ruby's like, "Hey, Amethyst, how do you spell sapphire?" I don't know.
No, she'd be like, I don't fucking know. Like, she's not around to
Claude counter.
Claude.
I like to imagine in the other corner of the room that you don't see, there's a bunch of crumpled up pieces of paper with sapphire written on.
Yes.
They're all like folded
Damn
differently
it.
and like
Throw it
different
away.
handwriting and different colors. It's terrible.
Yeah, that's a
And
club.
then there's one, it's just Ruby doodling.
Yes. And then
Okay,
there's
so-
one.
It's like no. Then one of them is just like NSFW art of like.
Oh no! Stop it! No! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Greg Sweat. There we go. Greg Sweat.
But
Moving
Greg
on.
Sweat.
So our thoughts
Okay.
and reactions to episode 1. Now we're only falling apart.
okay.
Do we want to just go in order about?
Yeah, just
Like-
kind of go in order.
All right.
So like starting with you.
Oh shit! I was
Alphabetical order again.
All right.
this is what happens when you have a podcast with 5 people.
Yeah. Honestly, I really liked the fact that we got more backstory in general, because that's one of the things that, always kind of like bothered me a bit about Steven Universe, is that there's such this huge world and this huge universe, pun intended, about Homeworld and all that stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But, there's this whole, world that they could build on, like all their technology and things like that. And we don't get very much of it because it's Steven's life and Steven growing up and learning all this stuff. So we learn the same way Steven learns.
They
And-
very strictly stay to this, Steven's point of view only,
Yeah.
and that's like that has its pros and cons.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. But I like the fact that we have more backstory, and the fact that it does seem like how Bloodstone was, where it was very much a punch to the face to the fans of, hey, this is our show, this is what we're telling you. You just get used to it.
I
You
don't know.
just kind of gotta bite the bullet and deal with it, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
I think with Bloodstone, though, granted, people were angrier at Bloodstone than they were at the Rose's Pink Diamond, I think.
It's because everyone wanted that new fusion, bro.
Yeah, right.
Bloodstone's pretty hilarious, though.
Or just new
No,
gem
I
and gem.
loved Bloodstone. Well, I didn't love it. Like, it was funny.
I love the
But, like-
self-awareness of it.
Exactly. It's self-aware. With
Mhm.
with Rose's Pink Diamond, it's a story thing that I don't like. With Bloodstone, people are just angry because, like, hey, on the Cartoon Network Twitter, they posted a picture of this gem, and then it wasn't in the episode. That's some heckin' bullcrap.
Why did you sound
You have to
exactly
do
like
Bloodstone?
Ronaldo?
You
was a
sound
great
exactly
Ronaldo
like
impression.
Ronaldo. Oh my god!
Almost
Do we
like that was
secretly
the
have the
intention
Ronaldo
of the
voice actor with
creators.
us?
So, to just go off on
Like Ronaldo.
go off on a quick little tangent, the episode Bloodstone reminds me a lot of the Simpsons episode, The Itchy and Scratchy and Poochie Show, where the staff is basically poking fun at the fans with that xylophone line. And
Yeah.
the only response is,
know the
a
context
wizard
of
did it.
this, but yeah, sure. Probably.
That's all Bloodstone was. It was just like a, hey, we can do what we want, because
But it set up
whatever.
Ronaldo having that sword that he pulls out in the later episode.
Those are strong
Oh no,
funny.
spoilers.
All right, so I don't know. Do we want to go in order?
yeah, we'll go in order, whatever. I'll go next. Okay, so basically, like,
Okay.
Just like don't like repeat stuff. Like there's not like if we're having a discussion, like don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try not to repeat stuff. But basically, like, how I felt this episode was, like, once again, it was that whole recollection, hey, we gotta explain what the fuck just happened. Because, like, I don't know. I just saw a lot of, like, Rebecca going, hey, we're gonna tell our point of the story, and then we're gonna explain to you why, because we don't need you, like, freaking out. Because that's what everyone did, and that got the show a lot of hype. But this really was like we're not just going to put this idea in and then not explain it, because that's going to cause problems.
Yeah.
But basically, like, my favorite part in this whole thing was during the flashbacks, because you really get to see a part of Rose that everyone always explained, but no one ever really, like, showed. Like, when she told Pearl, like, to always talk to her that way and always explain her feelings. Like, you always heard about Rose making Pearl feel that great, but you never really saw it. So
Yeah.
seeing it really explains to you why so many people followed her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't know. Can I say something? Because I have one point that I really want to talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, go ahead.
I do in this episode. I don't know. We might have to Greg sweat it, but There was a lot of like sexual tension between Rose and
Oh my
Pearl.
God.
There was, yeah.
You're not wrong about
Totally.
that.
Especially during
I-
that fusion thing. There was, yeah.
Please yeah, like the no, don't
Please,
ever
big
stop.
Don't
Yeah,
No,
it's
don't
just-
ever stop.
boy.
Greg Sweat.
Yeah.
Greg Sweat.
No, it's like no. I don't think we should edit this part out because like it's relevant to the episode. I
Yeah,
didn't
no, it's
like
relevant.
it.
I'm gonna keep
I
it.
did not
but
like it in this episode. Like normally, like I don't care.
It felt
I mean,
a little
but,
out
like-
of place.
No, but it really
Felt a little
shows. It really
forced.
shows, like to me personally, it really shows why Pearl was so obsessed with Rose, because like in the beginning, it was obviously like that was her Pearl. Like she's gonna be connected to her anyway. But that moment was something like clicked in Pearl's mind, and she was like, "This is something more."
And ran away from my life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like the reason why I don't like it. Like it works for the characters, that's fine.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
totally
like
does.
seeing it though, because we know how it ends.
Yeah, we do know. Yeah, she ends up.
That Rose constantly picked humans and other people over Pearl, and eventually, picked Greg. And
Yeah.
I hate watching that
Yeah.
Because people relate to it.
hurts.
People, like
I feel
understand
so bad for Pearl the entire. Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like relate to that. Like I don't think I've
No,
ever
like
had
no,
it.
but people can relate to it because she goes from like thirsty Pearl to like someone that you totally understand because she
Yeah.
did have this deeper
I mean,
level
she's
feeling
still,
for
like,
her.
pretty thirsty. Like,
Yeah, she's still pretty thirsty.
hey, you wanna shapeshift into this really thick pink-haired girl? I have a type. Like, she doesn't love Rose. She just has a type.
Yeah.
She has the thing for pink hair. Like, honest to God.
Yeah, no, thick girls with big poofy pink hair. Hey, I can respect that.
Anyway, so I don't know. Greg
I have
Sweat.
to.
Yeah, we're on
This is
Greg.
an extreme thirst.
so Pearl's thirstiness aside and all that.
You gotta actually like have that picture in the video, or else it doesn't like make sense.
Yeah, this is an extreme thirst.
Homegirl's Wi-Fi cut out. Sorry.
That's alright. She wasn't saying anything.
Swear to God.
It's on me now.
Swear to God, you
Pearl's
talking
thirstiness
shit.
aside. So, I too obviously really like the flashback scenes of Pink Diamond and all that because it was really cute. It's nice to flesh out her character a bit more, but at the same time, I've seen this kind of trope dozens of times. With a young rebellious one who loves the world and wants to explore it and save it. So I was kind of like, I've seen this before, but at the same time, it was done well enough to the point where I actually like Pink Diamond as a character now. I think she's really cute and friendly and endearing, and it helps me to better understand why she decided to become Rose and all that, and just say, screw it, I'm done with the Diamond Authority.
Greg, are you done? Is it okay for me to go, or do you still have more stuff?
Don't have much else to say. Just go ahead.
All right. Am I okay then?
Yes, you're good. Go.
Okay, sorry. All right. So I think kind of like what everyone's general idea of this is like, it's cool. We get to see more of like Rose and PD as characters. And I think it's really interesting to me that they actually pointed out, like Pearl actually said she may have been selfish, which is something that is really interesting because Rose is such this character who's grace and high praise, this character that we've been like looking up to this whole time, or at least the Crystal Gems have, and then Pearl actually bringing us to the reality that yeah, she was kind of selfish in a sense. And I mean, she was trying to do it for a good cause, but she did a lot of things that could have been potentially harmful. So I kind of, thanks to this episode, I do want to categorize like Pink Diamond herself as maybe morally gray with good intentions.
Yeah.
Because she did a lot of stuff that could have been bad if it went the wrong way.
Well, the show's been like planting seeds for that and stuff. Like even like
Yeah.
aside from like Rose shattered Pink Diamond, or like even like smaller stuff, like in the episode Greg the Babysitter. That's the episode. Like hey, can you watch Sour Cream for a few minutes while I go and get my?
I watched him climb all the way up there.
I watched him climb all the way up there, and then my best idea to deal with this situation was to just punch the controls of the Ferris wheel. And then because it's a cartoon, the Ferris wheel starts going super fast. Yay, cartoon logic. But like, Rose,
And then
they've been, which I like. The show has been showing us that Rose wasn't perfect, and I like.
Actually, I'm gonna give a follow up to that. This is about the whole series in general. But one thing I've heard people mention a bunch of times is that as the series goes on, Steven and thus the audience also realize that Pearl and Garnet, they too aren't perfect as well. Because that's part of the series. Is this?
Oh yeah, especially with that one episode, like with the cat, where she wanted to do something that wasn't expected of her. That was more that was more of Sapphire having a mental breakdown, but like at the same time it was, hey, she's not a perfect leader and she has problems.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to understand that.
And then I do have all right, sorry, no. Robbie, you go first.
Well, you just brought up pool hopping, and like that episode was very clearly it was like right before A Single Pale Rose.
Yeah.
Or whatever the episode was before. It was like before that. And that was very obviously to build up the fact that like, oh no, Garnet can't see everything, or I guess Sapphire can't see everything.
Mm-hmm.
So like that, I think that's what that episode was.
Well, I think it was like it was more Sapphire can see everything. She just chooses not to sometimes because she doesn't think it's going to happen.
In this episode, she never looked into.
She even glad you brought that up.
Yeah, she even said it like with the whole Ruby thing. Like, why would Ruby be a cowboy? Like, it's
something
she sees. Cowboy. Why would she be a cowboy? Like, it's something she sees, but she doesn't think about it because she doesn't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But like, I'm angry because, well, I'm not angry, but like the first thing I have written down for my notes on this episode is Sapphire really never questioned anything involving Rose. Like at no point.
At no point, not whatsoever.
Everything.
Which I think is a little strange and was very naive on Sapphire's part, especially because she's such a mature character. Or at least seems to be.
Out of the other crystal gems,
Like, honestly, like, I think if Ruby and Sapphire ever stayed apart, I think Sapphire would probably end up being pretty much a leader to the crystal gems anyway, because she is seen as the most mature and the most level-headed. But
the thing is, nothing that was actually said out loud, the whole thing of Sapphire never questioning it, what I'm thinking is that she did it on purpose because she was always the one everyone looked to ask, like, what's going to happen? What do you see? So she's probably like, okay, well, Rose is in charge. Screw it. I'm just going to go along with this myself. Going to have fun and relax.
Yeah, because she did find Rose right after coming out of Blue Diamond.
Let someone else take the wheel.
Yeah, so like, why not let her rule, but me not really get into it? Yeah.
Yeah, I
think another thing more is that Sapphire gets really tunnel visioned, which she brings up later on, so we'll talk about that more later. But Sapphire can get very tunnel visioned without Ruby to balance her out. So that's it.
And then I've just got two more tiny little points that I hope won't take too long. I just don't want to like drag on. I do have one more thing really that's worth mentioning, I think.
We're probably going to have to split this whole thing up into like multiple episodes.
Like probably like per episode.
Yeah, once we start to like clip into episode 2, I'll just stop the recording and restart it back up so that way I can have all the episodes separate.
Yeah.
And then from then on there, we can decide.
However you want to do it. Maybe like have it be all one big recording. Like just in case, like if we are like part of the way through one episode and remember something that we needed to say about another one.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll
figure it out.
Go on. Whatever you were saying, go.
All right. Lastly, this was something that you brought up in our group chat, which I thought was something really interesting and worth noting. It's kind of surprising and a little confusing that Sapphire just kind of like instantly was okay with all of this. Like, the moment the story was explained, Sapphire's like, oh, okay, not mad anymore. Let's go. I want to go back to my girlfriend now.
Oh,
like,
well, now that you told me I'm special, I'm okay with that. Like,
yeah. Which kind of like, which shows the difference between like Ruby and Sapphire, honestly, because when Ruby got pissed off at Pearl, Ruby was pissed off at Pearl for like
held
3 or 4 episodes, like was upset. That's just how it's gonna be. But with Sapphire, it was like
was like, screw Pearl.
Yeah,
it cheapens Sapphire's character. It makes her look like a pushover.
Yeah,
I don't like. Like that's
It's a
Yeah,
good thing we've never seen it apart.
But I mean, I also appreciated
Yeah.
that they did move it along so we could get more plot points.
that too.
But I just also think, though, that it did cheapen her character a little, and like you said, makes her a pushover.
Yeah.
Although I think
That's part of the problem with doing 11-minute episodes. So you gotta
Yeah.
squeeze everything in really tight.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that's-
because they
that's the
couldn't
thing, though,
focus.
I
They
am-
couldn't focus on Sapphire being mad for the entire bomb. Like it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
not much
that's
would
my thing.
happen.
What I'm trying to say though is that like I would have been angrier if they stretched out Sapphire being mad for 5 episodes than for her getting over it in 1 episode. Because I mean that could be like you could like write it off as being like, okay, well maybe like she's seen in her future vision everything's gonna be okay. And like I think Sapphire, I'm sure she's still not super thrilled about Rose, but I think Sapphire is mature enough to know, okay, Ruby's not the person I'm mad at. Pearl and Steven aren't the people I'm mad at. I'm angry at Rose. I'm annoyed with Rose. That doesn't mean I can't be with these other 2 people who I love. Well, 3 people, including Ruby. And 4, including Amethyst. I didn't mention her because she didn't do anything.
I love how I
Just one
included him
person I
last.
tolerate in Peridot.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
and
like
yeah, who cares?
And this person who lives in my bathroom. I don't know who she is, but
Why push all of that on like the crystal gems? It's just one person. Like I could totally understand that, which is something Ruby
Exactly.
didn't do. Like Ruby lurked about it and was really like upfront about it
Ruby
when she was
ran
upset
off.
with Pearl. Like she was mad, and she was mad at everybody.
yeah. And I think like Ronaldo said, that's it's a good thing that like okay, it moved on and Sapphire isn't going to lash out at Pearl or Steven or whatever, because I don't think that she's gonna like intentionally lash out at Steven because of Rose Quartz or PD, but I think it's going to snap at one point, and because those feelings just don't disappear instantly, and I think they're gonna bring that back, and I think that she's gonna unintentionally lash out and then go, oh no, this wasn't what I was trying to be, and then
I just hope
they talk
I hope
about
they
it.
can do something like that without it looking really contrived.
Yeah.
And like, oh, we've seen this a million times.
Yeah.
Because emotions are realistic. Yeah, but it happens in every show.
It does,
happened in
yeah.
This show over and over again.
Yeah.
I would not want to see that. Like, so yeah. Any other thoughts on this episode? I have a couple more. Does anyone else have anything
I just
to say about
appreciated Rose/Pink Diamond hugging that Amethyst and being all nice to her. That made me happy.
That was really
Yeah,
cute.
that was really wholesome.
Yeah. All right, Robert.
think it's
No,
awesome.
No,
Okay, I just have a couple more things. I mean, yeah, we've been over this, but this episode, it really, I was not a fan of this episode. Like, I mean, I was like, after it came out, I was seeing people online like, oh my gosh, this episode's so great, I love it. It totally makes up for everything in A Single Pale Rose. To me, it doesn't. And
No, it
that's-
didn't for me
it's an
either.
okay
I'm still not over it. Like
My
I'm
problem
still.
with it
Yeah.
is the fact that the episode came 2 months after A Single Pale Rose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
2 months. Now, I mean, maybe that's not totally on the Crewniverse. Maybe that's Cartoon Network. I mean, we
I
know
think you
the
kind of
schedule
like.
the show is awful, but
I think
think
it's
it
about
kinda-
50-50.
I think it kind of helped in a way because after A Single Pale Rose came out, everyone was livid, and it's all anyone focused on was that Rose was Pink Diamond, and they were calling out the theorists about it, and everyone was losing their minds. Oh, I'm right. Oh, I'm wrong. Whatever. But people really needed that time to like sit on it, because if you go into that first episode of this bomb right after A Pale Rose, it doesn't make sense the same because everyone's still mad.
I don't know. I
No?
haven't watched them back to back. I mean, I had the episodes like all saved on my DVR, and I was
Yeah.
gonna watch A Single Pale Rose right before I watched the next one, or before I watched Now We're Only Falling Apart. But
Mhm.
like a month ago, like I accidentally deleted all of my episodes of Steven Universe, so that was fun. But
Oops.
rest in pepperoni. But like, it's okay. I had to return. I had Jailbreak recorded, so I just watched that. Like that's the Garnet-centered episode. That's fine. Like, but yeah, no, scheduling in this show is bad. I mean, maybe I'll try to watch them again back to back, but like right now, I'm thinking it would have been better if these 2 episodes were back to back, and they still could have left it on a cliffhanger at the end of this episode, because like again, Ruby's gone. She just left a note. What's in the note? I don't know. It's like I think that would have been a better cliffhanger to leave the episode on.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, that might have.
I liked the episode. I liked this episode for the backstory, but I do agree this wasn't my favorite episode. This could have.
Okay, can we talk about something for like a second? The name of this bomb is the heart of the crystal gems. Who is the heart of the crystal gems, really? Like who
That's
honestly,
like a
like
final
in your
thought
head,
kind of.
like who
question.
in your
Yeah,
head
no, let's
is
save
the
that.
heart of
Save
the
that for
crystal
later.
gems?
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
come back to that because we
Yeah.
we do have 4 more episodes to go through. Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
so
we'll save that till the
things
end.
I wanted to bring up about this episode, just like little things, like there are little lines in this episode, like the, this is very not allowed. Like I like that. I think all of Pearl being like servant Pearl, like it's again, Dee Dee Magnahall's amazing as Pearl. I love her, but like she does the voices for each Pearl, all 3 of them that we've seen. So like, but the one she does for our Pearl is different from the one for Blue Pearl, which is different from the one for Yellow Pearl. The voice she did, like during the flashback, sounded more like the other 2 Pearls, and I just thought that's just something, something cool.
Yeah, that's like
It's
like I said, the little
Mindset,
details.
I guess. Just,
Oh,
general.
another thing though. All right,
And
so
another thing.
I think it's yeah. I have like
One
a
more
couple
thing.
more.
By a couple,
sorry.
you mean like 10, right?
Shut up.
Leave him alone. Go ahead,
It's
Ronaldo.
okay. Anyway, the next thing is like when Rose goes to the kindergarten and she's like, "Hey there, fellow quartzes or fellow amethysts." Can someone edit that, like the thing with like, who is it? Steve Buscemi with a "Hey."
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. She says
Edit
hello.
that
She
so
says
it's like
hello.
Rose.
She says hello, fellow amethyst, but
But
she's a
she's-
rose quartz.
Although that like goes into theories and stuff. Like, hey, well, rose quartzes weren't created there, but like it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
That's a theory thing, not like a review thing. I don't think.
Yeah.
it.
That's not really something you can get
What else
into.
do I have here? This episode, like, whenever, at least during the flashbacks, not necessarily during the actual like present day stuff, but during the flashbacks, whenever they're on the moon base or in the kindergarten, everything is really dark and depressing. But then when Rose and Pearl go into like just literally anywhere else, it's all bright and beautiful and everything's pink and green and blue and it's so pretty. I love it. So this episode did color really well. But then when you go back to the kindergarten or the moon base, it's like everything's gray and brown and depressing, and like I thought that was good. It's just a really pretty show in general.
Yeah. It actually reminds me of Coraline, the movie, where it's like homeworld.
And when she's in like the other world,
Yeah.
with her other parents, yeah.
Yeah, like that. Now that you're talking about it, that's what it reminds me of, and I like that. But
Yeah, totally.
I mean,
shall we
that's like
move on
that's a
towards
thing.
episode 2? Because what's up, guys? This is Admin Amethyst, and thank you so much for watching episode 1 of the podcast. Join our Discord if you haven't already. Give our page a like, and be sure to subscribe to the Mom Universe YouTube channel. I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.